Subscribe and download over 1 million code snippet including this tutorial from codegive.com, link in the description below. Title, Python for loop, getting iteration number. Introduction. The for loop in Python is a powerful construct for iterating over elements in a sequence, such as lists, tuples, strings, or any iterable object. While the basic syntax of a for loop is well known, there might be situations where you need to know the current iteration number. In this tutorial, we'll explore how to obtain the iteration number in a Python for loop, along with practical examples. Python provides the enumerate function, which returns both the index and the value of each element in an iterable. This is a concise and Pythonic way to access the iteration number in a for loop. Output. In this example, enumerate returns a tuple containing the index and the corresponding value for each iteration of the loop. If you prefer a more explicit approach, you can use a separate counter variable to keep track of the iteration number. Output. While this approach works, using enumerate is generally more concise and considered more Pythonic. You can also customize the starting point of the iteration number by specifying the start parameter in enumerate. Output. Understanding how to retrieve the iteration number in a for loop can be useful in various scenarios. The enumerate function is a recommended and elegant way to achieve this, providing both clarity and conciseness in your Python code. ChatGPT. Title, Python for loop, getting the iteration number. Introduction. The for loop in Python is a powerful and versatile construct that allows you to iterate over a sequence of elements. In some cases, you might need to know the current iteration number. In this tutorial, we'll explore how to get the iteration number in a Python for loop and provide code examples to illustrate the concept. Getting the iteration number. To obtain the iteration number in a for loop, you can use the built-in enumerate function. The enumerate function returns both the index and the value of each element in the iterable. Syntax. Example. Let's go through a simple example using a list of fruits. We want to print the iteration number along with each fruit. Output. Explanation. Additional tips. Custom starting index. You can specify a custom starting index for the iteration by providing a second argument to enumerate. For example, enumerate, iterable, start equals 1, will start the iteration index from 1. Using range, if you need only the iteration number without the value, you can use the range function. Conclusion. Obtaining the iteration number in a Python for loop is straightforward using the enumerate function. This can be especially useful when you need to keep track of the current iteration in your code. Feel free to apply this technique to various scenarios in your projects. ChatGPT.